Hey YouTube, just gonna do a video. I've been pretty occupied this last week. I'm gonna show you why. This little girl right here. I rescued her about 10 days ago. I found her. Some guy had some kittens in a 2x2 cage against an outbuilding way back in the back of his yard. Out in the weather, he was out in the cold, and I asked him about him being out in the weather because he had all the kittens and the mother locked in that little 2x2 cage out there. And he said, oh no, there was a wooden box there. He said, oh no, at night I'd take them out of the cage and lock them in that wooden box. I'm like, wow. And so anyway, I took her to the vet. She was in pretty sad shape, and it cost me several $100s. She had leukemia, but not feline leukemia. She had fleas real bad, and she had big belly full of worms. And the worst thing is her eyes. Her eyes, she has herpes in her eyes, which I'm still dealing with. It's going to take 3 weeks to get rid of it. It's starting to improve though. She did have pus coming out of her eyes. But the reason I'm making this video, she's a special kitty. I've had Siamese my whole life, but I've never seen a Siamese with the white paws like this. And let me hold her up here. So I've never had a kitty with the white paws. And I thought that was special. And so I took her, and none of the other ones were Siamese. The mother is an American Shorthair. The father was a dark Siamese that roamed the neighborhood, the fella said. And I found out there's a breed of cat called a Snowshoe. And you get snowshoes, the original snowshoes, because they started breeding snowshoes about in the 1980s. And if you breed an American Shorthair with a dark Siamese, 1 in 1 million kittens, 1 out of 1 million will come out like this. Because you have to get, the Siamese has real dominant genes that puts all these markings, and the white feet is a recessive gene from the American Shorthair. So the dominant genes for the Siamese has to be missing in these places for the white to show up. And it's only a 1 in 1 million shot. Now once you've got one of these, you can breed 2 of these snowshoes together and you'll get more snowshoes. But most snowshoes are not marked as good as this little girl here. Most of them, they have white somewhere else on their body, which she does not have. She's a Siamese everywhere, but on her feet. And then the snowshoes also, there's a requirement for a true snowshoe to have a splash of white in the face some way, and she's got that. Show them your white. Right there's her white. It's right there. It has to be in the dark part of the face, which hers is, and then it should continue down the neck and end about at the stomach, which hers comes down to about there and stops. So she is pretty much a true snowshoe, and she's almost show quality because most of them don't have their mittens the same size or their back feet the same size, and her mittens, look at that, they're perfect. She's got just perfect mittens. And so when this girl gets a little older, I'm gonna put her in some cat shows, because if you look at some other, type in snowshoe on the YouTube and look at some of the other snowshoes, and they've got white on them in places they're not supposed to have white. Some of them got like a mitt and then a little bit of white on the toes. But this little girl, she's what's called a foundation snowshoe. She's an original snowshoe made by a Siamese and a Shorthair, and it's a 1 in 1 million chance, and it's probably even more rare to get one marked this perfect. So I'm gonna do some videos of her. She's really cute when she's playing. Sometimes she's like right now, she's wanting to get down and play, but and it'll take a couple more weeks to get the eyes cleared up. But we got rid of the worms, we got rid of the fleas. The vet fell in love with her. They offered to keep her the whole day, and they put her through shampoo and spa and combed her all up, and they did it for free because they just wanted to keep her for the day. So they had never had one of these in their office. So anyway, her name's COCO. It's short for Cocoa Nut, but we're just gonna call her COCO. So she's COCO the Snowshoe, and I'm gonna try to keep some short videos but cute. and you'll see some of them coming. Actually got a couple already made. I'll be uploading them here. Since I'm still working with this new camera, trying to figure it out, but this has been occupying all my time because I had to put medicine in her, and I have to put antibiotics in them eyes, and I have to keep artificial tears in her eyes every couple hours. If I don't, she'll start screaming because they dry out and it hurts and she cries. So I have to keep the tears in it. But stay tuned and watch for the videos of COCO as she grows up. And then we're going to put her in some cat shows later on. See y'all later.